Hey guys, it's J19 brought to you another video, and today we're going to discuss something a little different here. You probably guys don't know who I am, but if you guys kind of do follow my channel, of course, some of you have. I talk about games a lot, but I think today is a big day for NFL, and I do like NFL. I like football, so that's part of me. Like feels like you're really a sports guy. Yeah, I kind of am. I like football. Basketball's okay. Baseball, I'm trying to keep up with some of my teams, but I'm a big fan of Detroit Lions. And I'm just like, tonight's the big night of the NFL draft. And it's like, my goodness, guys. Like, I am just so hyped, so excited for the NFL draft. Like, my Detroit Lions are picking in the sixth pick. Well, in first round, they got two picks. They got the sixth pick, and they got the 18th pick in the NFL draft. And I am super excited for that. And it's just like, I want to cover this because in just a few hours, we'll find out who will the Lions choose. Because right now, the NFL are all excited about the Detroit Lions. They are finally not the bottom feeder and not the laughing stock in the NFL. And finally, we are getting to the point where the Lions are building something special. And if Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell can nail this draft, look out, folks. Like the NFL is on notice. They know that Lions are not to be trifled with. So this is gonna be freaking unbelievable. So with that said, just gonna do like a quick mock draft. I'm just gonna choose like what the Lions gonna do with the 18th pick and the sixth pick. What I think is gonna happen. I'll just choose like a couple of players I think they're gonna take. Are they gonna take those spots? Stuff like that. So if you guys want more Detroit Lions news, maybe I'll cover more Detroit Lions. I'm a big fan of that. I just want to do like a very first video on this. So what I said, the first thing I'm gonna say is I think in the sixth pick, I think because everything's on the line and the Lions are in the win now mode. I do think that the Lions do need to do this. I think they definitely need to. They're gonna make some sacrifices. They got 9 picks in the NFL draft this year, um, and they can sacrifice a few of those picks, or even a pick next year if you want to move up or down, or maybe gain some stuff if they move back down. So with the sixth pick in the NFL draft, I think this is what's gonna happen. I think, guys, I think the Lions are actually going to trade up. I think they're going to trade up to the number 3 spot because there's reports saying that Arizona Cardinals are shopping the third pick in the NFL draft because they're not really looking forward for a quarterback. They got Carly Murray. They are stuck with him. They signed a big contract with him, so they got a lot of work cut out for them. But I do not think that they want to stay at 3. I think they want to move down a few spots. I think the sixth spot would be the perfect spot for the Cardinals. They can still take a defensive player. They can still take an offensive line to protect Kyler Murray, or take a running back. I know running backs are not supposed to be taken in the first round. Right? NFL says, you know what? We don't pay quarterbacks. You don't draft a running back in the first round. That's just not what you do. But we're not here for the Cardinals. I think the Lions are going to give up their sixth round pick. I think they're going to give up probably a second round pick this year. If they need to, they can give up a pick for next year and give it to the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Lions I think they want this player bad, and the only way they can get it is because the Texans are they're on the call, right? They are just about ready to pick their guy, and they could pick C.J. Stroud. They can pick a defensive player. So Lions go, wait a minute, we got the Colts and we got the Seattle Seahawks that might select the second best defensive player if Texans goes defensive player route. So they're worried. I think the Lions are in win now mode. I think the Lions are going to move up to number 3. And with that said, I think the Texans are going to take a defensive player. So with the third pick in the NFL draft, the Detroit Lions will select. The Lions are going to okay. They're going to select Jalen Carter, defensive tackle. Okay, that's what I think is going to happen. I think because they had to sit down and talk with this guy. They had him do some stuff, and they say, you know what, this guy is for real. He wants to get back on track with everything he's having off the field issues and stuff with his accident. And all right, you guys, if you guys haven't been following, if you have, he's been a really serious issues. He's got community service and stuff with that. And he was overweight. Like, he gained 9 pounds. He couldn't finish up drills on the pro day. But I think the Lions are going to take a shot with him. He is a phenomenal player. He would help that defensive tackle spot. The Lions need help in the run game defense, and they need help with rushing at the quarterback in the middle. When you get pressure off the middle, quarterbacks struggle a little bit. So Lions need some help. What better way to get Jalen Carter? He is one of the best defensive tackles in this game. I do think that the Lions do select Jalen Carter, defensive tackle, and it's going to really prime up their front four to where they can make better stops on runs, and they can pressure the quarterback. So watch out. Now, the 18th pick, I think this is what's going to happen. I think the Lions depends on the first few. I think within the top until they get to the 10th pick with the Eagles. The Lions are going to pay very attention to this, because let's say everything falls in order to where the Lions want. I think they're going to stay put 18, and with the 18th pick overall, as you guys probably know, Lions have signed a few cornerbacks. They got Emmanuel Mosley. They got CJ's Gardner Johnson as a safety/corner. And they also signed a 3-year deal with Cam Sutton from the Pittsburgh Steelers. These guys are top-notch defenders. The back end is safe, but Mosley and CJ Gardner Johnson are only at 1-year deals, which means that they also got rid of Jeff Okudah, so they're really thin at the cornerback position. So, with the 18th pick, the Detroit Lions will select Devin Witherspoon, cornerback, and get this, guys. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player. I think he's going to fit the grit, the hard nose who loves football, who's going to just put everything out in the field. And guess what? He played with Kirby Joseph, who was a stud rookie last year, picking up Aaron Rodgers 3 times, and he had 4 or 5 interceptions in that whole season. That is amazing. I see Kirby Joseph and Devin Witherspoon being that dynamic duo where they're going to just be ball hawks. And the Lions' back end is going to be safe. Now, what I think this is going to happen, I think in the later rounds, second and third rounds, I think the Lions are going to go after a wide receiver, offensive guard, offensive tackle to help. Taylor Decker is nearing the end of his contract. He's got another year or 2 left. So they need to start focusing on the future with that. They also need a running back because of Jameson Williams is having issues. He got suspended for 6 weeks, but he'll be back. Hopefully he learns his lesson. If not, then they're going to need some help. So I would see them drafting a wide receiver, offensive tackle. But if you don't need an offensive tackle yet, I do want them to start tackling the linebacker core because they need some help in the linebacker position. So with that said, I can see that's doing that. Rounds 4, I don't know if we got a 4th round pick. They got 5, 6 round picks. I see them stabilizing the cornerback room a little bit more. They're going to draft a backup quarterback to Nate Sudfeld and Jared Goff. They're going to have a 3rd quarterback in the room. If you don't draft one, I think they're going to have they're going to sign probably maybe Teddy Bridgewater. I think he might be signed. We'll see how that goes. But I think the Lions are not going to draft a quarterback in the first 2 rounds. Hendon Hooker is one of those guys they had a interview with. They also had an interview with C.J. Stroud, but they're not going to get C.J. Stroud because they're focused on winning now. There's a must-win now mentality by Brad Holmes, general manager, and Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Detroit Lions. So with that said, that's all I got for you guys. So that's my picks for the first round. It's going to be Jalen Carter at number 3. The Lions move up, give away some assets to the Cardinals, and at the 18th pick, if everything falls right, they're going to pick Devin Witherspoon, this cornerback who's a stud, who's always after the ball, who plays hard, who loves the game of football, and played with Kirby Joseph, the safety that we have. I think the Lions are in to win mode. So, and I'm so excited. So, what I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of Detroit Lions. Are you guys excited for them? Are you guys kind of writing them off like, oh, they're going to do the same freaking thing they ever done? So, what I said, I'll leave it here. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Keep on keeping on. I'll catch you all in the next video. I'm so excited for the NFL draft. It is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at ABC. You can watch it on NFL Network, ESPN. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. So I might have a follow-up video after this. Maybe just recap what the Lions did in the first round. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. So as I said, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.